Hey, my name is Patrick now. This is the road to publishing my first book, and this has been a really exciting week for me. After a month of waiting, I was finally able to work on my work in progress Operation Ark again, which felt great. That being said, I didn't accomplish nearly as much as I hoped I would this week because I kind of acquired a new toy. Earlier in this writing vlog series, one thing I would talk a lot about is how I really want to improve my desk space. Now that I'm done with college, I'm going to be spending a lot more time at home working at this desk. In the past, my desk has always been an absolute mess, and that never really matters to me because I never spent that much time at home. But now that I'm home for good, or at least home until I finally move out, I'm trying to make my room feel more permanent. The state in which my desk was in, and my entire room to be honest, was actually making it kind of hard for me to be productive in here. I don't know if this makes sense, but to me, I feel like having my room in order really helps me get more stuff done. I feel like it helps put me in a more focused headspace. But yeah, not only is my desk looking absolutely amazing, now my entire room is the way I want it. For the first time this summer, I'm filming without looking at a pile of my stuff that I pushed to the other side of the room so it wouldn't be in the back of the camera view. Here, I'll give you a little tour. So the first thing I did was set up these LED lights around the room. I kind of almost broke my neck 3 or 4 times doing that, but they came out pretty nice. It's a little space between the door here, but I don't think that really matters. I really like the way they came out. And yeah, they kind of give the room a little more light. And it will kind of help me with the lighting in here until I fix my ring lights, because both of those are pretty busted. This ring light, I'm pretty sure I can fix it if I just resolder the connections. I feel like whoever made it just did not solder it that well. I just got to figure out a place where I can do that, because I think my mom would be pretty pissed if I plugged in the soldering iron in my room. Here I set up a nightstand with a reading light and my Kindle. I'm trying to do more reading at night before I go to bed, and I think this will help me motivate myself to read before bed. I also got my seltzer, of course, because I hate water. I absolutely hate drinking water. I only drink seltzer. Also got poo. Here's my bed. I know I did a pretty crappy job making it. I got SpongeBob at the foot of my bed to kind of scare the crap out of me when I wake up. Here I finally set up my TV from college. I've had this just sitting there not plugged in for like 2 weeks. I really like to use this TV to watch space documentaries to give me motivation for my writing, or I can also have writing vlogs going in the background while I write. I also watch Interstellar like 7 times a month. Dave & Buster's hoop, my mirror. And then here, I never really liked how this piece had this big open space, so I hung an Islander flag over it, and I kind of really like it. Kind of brings the room together. If you didn't know, the New York Islanders are why my entire room is blue and orange. Yoshi! Here I have my degree. I actually did not open my master's degree yet because I don't have a frame for it yet, so I kind of just left it in the packaging and put it over there. My master's degree is still down there underneath the packaging. But yeah, this is what the entire room looks like if you've ever been curious. Oh yeah, I almost completely forgot to talk about my brand new setup. Here I got a George Yankee bobblehead, Ralph Macchio Islander bobblehead, Patrick Kane and Corey Crawford, BAE Systems helicopter from the job fair where I did not get hired. I have no idea what date I was trying to put here. A notebook for me to jot down my book and video ideas. The PC I got is a Blaze 4 Mini. It's a pre-built from Skytech Gaming, and I'm thrilled with it. Then I have an Acer Predator monitor as my main monitor, and then a Crua as my vertical monitor. I'm really hoping this setup will help me be more productive. Gotta jump around. There we go. Like stuff. Okay. There we go. Oh. Being serious though, I really do think this new setup is going to help me be productive over time. I think especially editing my first draft, since I like to write my second draft in a separate document than my first draft, having 2 monitors is really going to help out. Rather than flipping back and forth between two documents, I can have them both open at the same time. Speaking of having them both open at the same time, I'm going to go edit my prologue now. I'm really liking this Islander background. If I had a hockey channel, this would be perfect. It would be a lot of fun, but I can't start another channel. I already have 2, and that's too much as it is. Anyway, when this video comes out, it's going to be September 1st. So even though summer technically isn't over, I kind of want to go over how my writing went this summer. It's been over 3 months since I graduated with my master's degree. Even though that makes a lot of sense, it's still kind of crazy to think about. There's still a part of me that doesn't feel like I'm done yet. And I guess that's kind of why I've been a little critical of myself when looking at what I did this summer, because I feel like I'm out of time, but I'm not. This summer, I wrote the entire rough draft of Operation Ark, and I became way more consistent on my YouTube channel. I also gained 1,000 followers on my writer TikTok and 10,000 followers on my Instagram. And if you look beyond writing, I began to learn how to create video games, and I created a video game dev channel. Reading-wise, I've read 5 books this summer, which is more than I read all last year. I've done so much this summer, yet I feel like I've done nothing. Normally, this is the time of year where I go back to school, and I don't really have time to work on my creative projects anymore. That's not the case this year. I already have my degrees. And unfortunately, I don't have a job yet, but on the bright side, that means I still have all the time in the world to pursue my creative projects. And yeah, I'm super excited to get back to working on Operation Ark now. But even though it doesn't really mean anything, I can't really help shake the fact that I feel like I haven't really accomplished anything this summer. I'm starting to feel a little bit disappointed in myself over what I've accomplished since I graduated college. And that feeling sucks, it really does. And to be honest, I feel like a big part of that is probably that I feel a bit insecure that I haven't landed a job yet since I graduated. But I can't really control that. All I can really do is apply to the jobs I'm interested in and wait. But until then, I've come up with an idea to boost my confidence a little bit. In last week's vlog, I talked about how I want to create a text-based video game. I didn't start creating that text-based video game last week because A, I spent a lot of time researching what PC I wanted to get, and then B, I knew having that PC setup would be a lot more beneficial to developing a game than my laptop would. But I plan on working on that project this week in addition to Operation Ark. To be honest, it won't really be much of an issue. I can't really spend too much time on one creative project before I start to get burnt out. And since I don't have a job yet, I can comfortably split time between 2 different creative projects pretty easily. But yeah, that's gonna be really cool. I'm excited to share that with you all. It's basically gonna be a text-based horror survival game with multiple different endings. I think that's gonna take me 2 weeks, but there's a rule in video game creation where however long you think a game's gonna take you to create, it's actually gonna take you double that time. So a month. My goal is to have that project done before September 30th, my birthday. I'm expecting gifts. And then I also have this idea to maybe enter some short story contests and maybe potentially try to get one of my short stories published, like on a small website or a magazine or something. So if you know anything about short story contests or any websites that publish short stories, be sure to let me know about it in the comments below. Because to be honest, I really don't know where to begin there. And the idea behind both these projects is to finish something. One of the challenges I find when it comes to writing a book is you never really get that feeling of being done with anything. Finishing my first draft was a huge accomplishment, but I knew very well that I still had to go through multiple edits before the project would actually be done. I really had nothing to show for it. When people ask what I did this summer, I can't show them my rough draft because it's not ready to be seen by people at all. It's a really rough draft. I want to have a project that's done that I can post online so that my subscribers and my followers can check out. But yeah, I guess that's my goal for September. Finish something before my birthday. On top of staying on track with Operation Ark. To stay on track with Operation Ark, I should be done with half the project by the end of September. Yeah, behind a sheet is probably not the best place for my to-do list. That's going to do it for this vlog though. If you haven't already, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I truly appreciate all the support. Thank you so much for watching. See you next Sunday.